different topic along with our Ramayana story. Last week we enjoyed Rama's gunas and Samudrika Lakshanas, which were sung by Hanuman. So initially singing, after that prose. So both those aspects we were seeing, and we ended with Anguliyaka Pradhana, the beautiful signet ring with Rama's name on it was given to Sita Devi. More than given to Sita Devi, it was showcased to Sita Devi. Sita Devi took it and she became very, very happy. And she felt as if she has attained Rama himself. That is what we saw in the last session. Today we will see a different topic which I think all the kids will like to enjoy. If you put a term to it, it is known as empathy. Okay, what is empathy? But I think for the Ramayana students, we will understand this much more easier. There is a chapter called Tatsuka Sukhitvam. Do all of you know? Every one of you do Parayana, right? There is a chapter called Tatsuka Sukhitvam. Which chapter is that? Anirudh. In Ayodhya Kandam it is there, okay? Generally, if we look from a psychological perspective, this empathy, and they go into, a lot of terms. Let's not get lost into those terms. There are different types of empathies. Okay, there is something called compassionate empathy. There is something called cognitive empathy. There is something called emotional empathy. Okay, there are more and more terms. But for us, let us simplify. Why this is important, we will see through this session. The simplistic way to understand is how you would want to be treated by others. Can you treat the others also in the same way? Okay, that is empathy. Very, very in a cliched manner, or very often in English, we see this as walking in somebody else's shoes. Okay, wearing someone else's shoes. For all of us who don't wear shoes, how do we look at it? Okay, it is how you imagine the other person will feel if we were to feel for it. Okay, and there is another term called sympathy. There is another term called apathy. Okay, apathy is indifference. Okay, you look at something, whether it is good or bad, you don't even bother. Okay, it could be two other extremes. One, it could be a sadist, one, it could be a jnani. Jnanis are very less. So, in all likelihood, if somebody is indifferent, then it means that they are really not bothered. They are bothered only about themselves. So that is apathy. Apathy or indifference is a very difficult thing to manage. Okay, anybody, for example, any of our friends, for example, Krishna and Raghav are there. Krishna keeps drawing. Okay, he comes and showcases his drawing everyday basis to Raghav, and Raghav is not even responding. He's saying, okay. With very less interest, he is looking at all those things. Then it is being very indifferent. So gradually then Krishna will not come and show also. Okay, one way how within our friends, and friends we know is the place where we share, where we care the most. Okay, this aspect of Tatsuka Sukhitva, the sharing of one's joys and sorrows is the maximum in friends. So if Sundar is playing with somebody and that person is not playing back. Last week we saw our Guru Ranganji talking about how one person is notifying the neighbor, and if the next person is not notifying back, then they might not be friends. Okay, if they are equal friends, both should be having these fun games with each other. And generally we see in the Western psychological perspective, this empathy is seen more for sufferings. Okay, when somebody is in, I think even the term a friend in need is a friend indeed we see. Okay, we see that present in Ramayana, Upakaram Phalam Mitram, we also see that. So the virtue of friendship is to help each other. But it need not be seen only from a negative perspective. Okay, empathy, only if somebody is in distress, you will feel what they feel. Okay, the difference therefore between empathy and sympathy, what we need to understand, sympathy is to feel sorry for somebody's current state of mind or body, etc. It is slightly distant. Okay, empathy is to feel what they feel. Okay, to be themselves. If somebody is suffering, especially our friend is suffering, we also suffer the same suffering. Okay, we also suffer the same suffering. Therefore, we are able to help them emotionally, we are able to help them physically. This we see in a lot of our practices. Okay, any of your group, if somebody is fallen ill, if somebody is not able to pick up their studies, it's not that we say, okay, you go, you do whatever you want, I will do whatever you want. We try and sit with them. We will say, okay, I will do Thiruvai, I will do Sandai along with you. Okay, till the time you are getting perfection, I will also practice along with you. Or somebody will spend extra time with them doing the entire practical exam or theory, or making them answer to your questions. Okay, sympathy is, oh, you're not getting it right, oh, unfortunate. It is just feeling sad for it, but you don't do anything about it. Okay. Like I said, it is distant. That's also a good feeling. I mean, sympathy is more like compassion, the karunya, what we have. If something happens, say in Japan, today in current affairs we saw, Japan atom bombs, the fat man and little boy, fat boy and little man. So those two atom bombs were deployed in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Obviously, a lot of us in India also felt very sad about it. We felt a lot of sympathy. Waves were created here. The Twin Towers, it struck there in US. The Taj Mahal Palace, it came under terrorist attack. So all those times, whoever was under deep distress, we also felt bad for them. That is sympathy, it is good. But in close circle, especially when we are in close circle, empathy is all the more important. Today it is seen as a very big leadership skill, this empathy. Because if they are close friends or family members, etc., you are not just expected to say, oh, I feel sorry for you. You are also co-owner of their success and failures. So how much ever time we spend with them, for each of our kids, for each of our friends, if you are able to work with them, two things happen. One, when we study with them, for us also the knowledge grows. For us, some of these emotional intelligence grows. Some of these things are unconscious also. Okay. For the other person who is in need, they will certainly improve. So that's why empathy is seen as a very, very important skill. So in this context, it is not necessary that it is only suffering of their sufferings, but also enjoying the joys of that person. That also becomes an equal aspect, which is why we started with Tat Sukha Sukitvam. Okay, it is not about Tad Dukkha Dukkitvam. Okay, which is what Kaikeyi also is being told by mantra on both of those things. Okay, she is also expressing her empathy. That is one example. What is the sloka which comes to your mind when we hear this? We will enjoy their joys and we will suffer their sufferings. What is the sloka? Sloka Mala 2. All of us know. Vyasaneshu Manushyanam. Can you all chant? Sundar. Vrisham bhavati dukkitaha utsaveshu cha sarveshu piteva paritushyati. What does this sloka mean for us? This is the sloka which is a capsule for empathy. Vyasaneshu Manushyanam Vrisham bhavati dukkitaha. Who is saying the sloka? It is a sloka in what? The people, correct. It is a part of the Vox Populi. The people of Ayodhya, when they are talking about the Aneka Kalyana Gunas of Sri Rama, when Dasharatha asks them in the second chapter of Ayodhya Kanda, second Sarga of Ayodhya Kanda, they talk about this particular aspect. And before and after this, they are also elaborating that in quite detail, how he spends time with us, etc. Right? So very beautifully, this is expressed, the concept of empathy. You suffer somebody's suffering, you enjoy their joys. Vyasaneshu Manushyanam Vrisham Bhavati Dukkitaha Utsaveshu Cha Sarveshu Piteva Paritushyati. There also Valmiki or the people add that like our father, he enjoys our joys. Okay, the concept very subtly of the Kutumba is also coming here. Like I said earlier, the difference between sympathy and empathy. Empathy is more about something to do with Kudumba Dharma also. More with friends, family, etc. It seems to be resonating. And that starts enlarging also. Okay, in a family, like how a father enjoys your joy and how they suffer your sufferings. Likewise, Rama is suffering our sufferings and enjoying our joys. That is what the people are saying. This slowly expands not just within the family to the friends circle, and then beyond that to our own community, then to the world, to the environment, etc. This becomes the concept of Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. Okay, which is what our first sloka chant every day is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. That is the widest expansion of it, because it is not enough that I should be happy by myself, but the entire world, let it be happy. If the world is sad, I will also feel sad. If the world is happy, I will also feel very, very happy about it. So this is important. It is important for all of us to realize this aspect, and this is a good undercurrent we see in Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. This concept of Tatsukha Sukhitva, this concept of empathy. Before that itself we see, right? When Rama and Lakshmana are going to resolve any conflict, they are not just finishing their conflict resolution and coming back, but they are spending time with the people there. Okay, it is important for anybody to be empathy. How will you show that? You should first know what is happening in the space around us, in the society, and especially for leaders, for kings, for administrators. In the current context, we are talking about, say, bureaucrats or ministers. It's always told that they should spend time in their constituency. They should spend time in their place of operation. Okay, they cannot be distant. Very beautifully, this King Dasharatha also tells Rama, you should be present within the people and you should not be present also. It is a balance. The same thing Rama tells Bharata also, that it is important to be present and not present at the same time. You should present yourself, you should spend time with them, understand their problems. Here in our context, we should spend time with our friends. We cannot be loner. Okay, one of the important issue nowadays is what they call as depression. Okay, loneliness. If one of our kids is always lonely, it is our own duty to get them into our activities, which we always do. We engage them, and this is the bigger family circle. I mean, typically in our family, we will never let this to happen. If somebody is upset, somebody is sad, we also share those things. Likewise, when it is happening in our friend circle, in our office circle, etc., we don't let them. That is the natural human tendency to be empathetic. So therefore, this aspect is being suggested by Rama to Bharata, from Dasharatha to Rama. And this is something which runs throughout the story, which is what we see the people saying. When he comes, he spends time with us, and he not just inquires about us, it is also about Putreshu, Agnishu, about our Agnikarya, about our kids, about our family, about our servants. All these people, he is asking in quite detail. That is what we see. This is something which the people cherish, because this is all coming from the people. The people want the administrators to come and spend time with them. Okay, not just to list their problems, it is also their successes. Which is why the next sloka, or the second sloka after that, they also talk about Utsaveshu cha Sarveshu. They are not talking about he listens to our problems. Okay, that might be a reality now because people are not going. But a lot of time, lot of good things people go and share with them. Any Ur Tiruvizha, for example, they go and participate. And anything nalladu kettadu, both good and bad of their people, they participate, is a very, very beautiful virtue. That is why the people are talking it as a big guna for Rama. Now, what is one of the most important aspects of this empathy? Okay, we saw Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. In fact, Vivekananda Jayanti is coming on 12th. One of the foremost ways we remember Vivekananda is brothers and sisters of America, right? Where he went across the globe. He spoke about this concept of Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam everywhere, wherever he went. The other aspect we see of these great leaders, anybody who is a great leader, is this aspect of spending time with the society. Okay, you see this as Padayatra. Like Vivekananda, for example, he walked the breadth and the length of the country to understand the problems, to understand the positives, the things which are not great, the concerns, issues, and then he was able to figure out what is his mission. And we see in all their predecessors also, Samartha Ramadas did a great yatra. We saw the great Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal also doing a lot of yatras. Mahapriyava is known for a lot of yatras. Some of these great leaders, Mahatma Gandhi did a lot of yatra. He spent a lot of time to understand what is going on in the society. What do people feel? The pulse of the people, it is important to understand. Samartha Ramadas we already saw. One of the foremost, which we all know, did Padayatra is Sri Rama himself. I mean, who has done this kind of a Padayatra and how many years back, starting from Ayodhya till Rameshwaram, the entire length of the country has been crossed by his foot. And he has spent time with not just people, but also different species, different clans, etc. And then onward to Lanka, and there also to establish the Dharma Rajya. Very beautifully, he has covered the entire length of the country. This is something which is a unique aspect of all the leaders. For empathy, one of the most important thing which becomes a prerequisite is listening. Okay, in listening also now there are nuances. Okay, listening is just to listen is one. Now they call it as active listening. Okay, what is active listening? You just don't listen to the words, but also to the bhava behind. You are completely in the conversation along with them. Okay, this active listening is very, very critical aspect in this aspect of empathy. Whenever we talk to our colleagues, our subordinates, our leaders, our friends, our gurus in the society, etc., this active listening seems to be important. This aspect of listening is something which we see across Ramayana. Now I would want some of you to also help me with these aspects of listening. Okay, where all do we see Rama as the listener? Okay, Rama as a listener, or Sita as a listener, or Hanuman as a listener, Lakshmana as the listener. So let us start from the beginning, where all we see Rama as the listener. In multiple places, we see how Rama listens. Right? The first aspect is when King Dasharatha is calling Rama to the court and he is giving certain guidances. Okay, we can always think, okay, you listen only to elders, etc. But we have a lot of examples where he is listening to a lot of variety of people. To Dasharatha, very humbly he is prostrating. He is understanding what is being told to him. Then he goes, he meets his mother and conveys the good news. The other part is this aspect of sharing, caring is an important aspect of this empathy. Okay, what we see Rama is coming and telling Kausalya and Lakshmana is, this is a Rajya for all the four of us brothers. Okay, it is not just the Rajya for myself, it is for all the brothers and it is for all of us to enjoy this. The same thing till the time when Bharata comes to Chitrakoot, he says, Chatvaraha Tanevara Varam Narendram. He also says that we are supposed to keep our father Satyasandha and all the four of us will rule. Two of us obviously in Ayodhya, two of us here in the forest. But we will ensure that the Satya Dharma is being taken care and all of us are enjoying this together. That's another aspect which we see when people are deeply enjoying the joys and suffering the sufferings, right? Then what happens, the next aspect of this active listening is when Rama is coming on the royal streets of Ayodhya and he is listening, but there he doesn't want to do active listening. He knows the bhava of the people, but he doesn't want to be carried away. Okay, we need to be very clear where we should be actively listening. If somebody is glorifying our virtues, I mean, should we be there always listening, and then be active listening, etc.? Rama doesn't do that. He also is very clearly demonstrating where active listening is important where very passive listening, quickly move away from that space. That also he is demonstrating to us. Then after that is the episode with Kaikeyi. Okay, Kaikeyi is very clearly listening. In fact, till the end, he knows where Kaikeyi is coming from. When Bharata argues with Rama that Kaikeyi is pacified, Kaikeyi is happy if you are able to come back, etc. Rama again and again says, mother had wished for this to happen. This is something, the first impression they say is the best impression, correct? So that is always important. The first time he heard from what we call as the horse's mouth, Kaikeyi herself told what is to be done by Rama. It is not told by somebody else. So he knows what was expected by Kaikeyi. So even later, when people are saying something different, he is saying, mother wanted that and she will be pacified only with this. And it is perfectly fine. I mean, we are all supposed to be in whatever is the order of our father and mother, and I don't see any problem. It is their wish to send me to the forest, and I'm perfectly okay with it. What is the issue in it? I am not subject to any great difficulty. It is perfectly fine. That is what he says and convinces Bharata. The next aspect, when he is actively listening, is when he comes and tells this to Kausalya Devi and to Lakshmana. We see that place, it is charged with two different kinds of emotions. On one side, we are seeing a lot of anger. We are seeing a lot of distress. He has to share those feelings. He cannot say, no, whatever you are saying is completely wrong. I am dismissing. He has never been dismissive. Okay, he listens to all what they are saying and then he responds. That's why we see Rama never reacts but responds. This aspect of active listening, we should all actively cultivate. Okay, how do we do it? Through circumstances. It is always easy for us to quickly react, quickly go back and tell, no, this is my point of view and this is it. This is my guidance. It is this diktat. In fact, there are diktats which are there. Okay, I mean, if we read certain lines, we can always say, okay, this looks like this is final, this is binding. But Rama never starts with the diktat. Okay, even in the last stage of Vibhishana Sharanagati, that is where it comes as, okay, this seems to be the final bottom line. But it is never that only. It is to actively listen, share, engage in a conversation and make sure we take them along. Empathy is one of the beauty is, like I said earlier, one is to feel for somebody is sympathy. You feel with somebody is empathy. So you take them along. After those conversations, after those experiences, they will feel better and we are taking them along. And last time itself, one of the sessions I had mentioned, leaders take the others along with them. They just don't tell and say, okay, I will go, you follow. Okay, some of the best leaders, they follow the people who they are supposed to lead. Okay, they say, we will be your backbone. In fact, when they enter into the forest, Rama is saying that. We can see leaders from all these subtle actions. He tells Lakshmana and Sita, you go ahead of me. I will come in the rear. Okay, I will guard. Because the biggest obstacles will always come from behind. Because we can't see what is going to happen behind us. In front, at least, things are visible. You can take some action. What is going to happen in the rear, we don't know. But where do you expect the leaders to also operate? In very subtle actions, we can see, this is what I'm planning to do, you guys go into the front. But in the army, where the army is standing at the front, leaders lead from the front. I mean, it's not that, okay, I will hide behind all these people, you keep sending people, and I will come towards the end. That is not what they do. There they go to the Agrapadam, and there they fire from the front. So leaders take the responsibility of taking people along. This is something we see in every aspect. Here, when Lakshmana is angry, Rama is able to convince him and then finally tell him, you follow this path. This is the right path. It is to be followed. Similarly, for Kausalya Devi, after hearing her out, he says, I know your heart. Your heart is here. It has to be with Dasharatha, and that is what you will also consider as the highest dharma. You be here. I can understand your feelings. In fact, later when he is alone, he feels, I have not been a great son. I should have been taking care of my mother at this age. But unfortunately, I am here. He shares with Lakshmana. But to her, obviously, he cannot weaken with his arguments. Then comes Sita Devi's. And Sita Devi is a beautiful aspect where who is empathetic, who is more empathetic, it is a challenge between two very empathetic souls. Okay, Tatsukha Sukhitva happens in the context of Sita Devi being more empathetic. And this is something which Ranna Ranganji has told multiple times. Rama is the one who has lost his job. Okay, who is rightfully in distress. When he comes back, what should be the conversation? Is Sita Devi taunting Rama saying, oh, you have come? She realizes that the Pattabhisheka has not happened, but she also feels that something is amiss. She is not taunting Rama saying, oh, how can you be like a Buddhu? You have come like this, you have lost your kingdom, how can you just like that listen to somebody saying like this, etc. She is not even uttering any of those words. She is wanting to understand what is happening. She very beautifully asks, today is the right day, what has happened? Then Rama says, there is Janarajya, there is Vanarajya, I have been ordained to rule the Vanarajya, etc. And he says, okay, you be here. Here again, the empathy aspect of Rama is, Sita will feel a lot of suffering when she comes to the forest. So therefore Rama says, you be here. Sita Devi on the contrary feels, why should you alone suffer? Samana Sukha Dukhinim. I am equal shareholder for your joys and sufferings. It doesn't matter. And I am also looking at both of those. Samana Sukha Dukhinim. I look at both of those things equally, and I am also equal shareholder. If you are having joy, I will share your joys. If you are having sufferings, I will suffer your sufferings. That is why we are ordained to be together. We are Sati and Pati because of that. So here we can understand the extraordinary empathy of Sita Devi, and Sita Devi also, to credit, has exhibited a lot of active listening. You see those sargas. One sarga is for Rama, one sarga is for Sita. One sarga is for Rama, one sarga is for Sita. There is no crisscross talking. Okay, no. Let me put across my point. I remember my group discussion days during my B schools. Okay, everybody will want to make their point, because every time we feel our point is superior to the other person's point. Okay, and completely we miss the point. We need to understand what the others are trying to say, understand their heart. Okay, and one of the things we should also appreciate here is, it is important when we are exhibiting empathy, we need to give time to the other person. Nowadays, one of the mad rush with which we run is, मेरे पास time नहीं है. I don't have time. Whatever you want to say, I will give you 20 seconds, you finish. Okay, within 20 seconds, empathy will not dawn. Okay, it is active listening will need time. Okay, we cannot rush empathy just like that. So we need to give people time. Here we are seeing such a beautiful conversation, therefore, dawning. And Sita Devi is saying, I will go in front of you, agraste gamishyami, and I will clear all the stones and thorns, etc. And therefore, you will be at peace. And I will be helping you to be in a very, very peaceful ambience. You don't need to be worrying about all these aspects of sufferings. So like this, it keeps going on, and finally Rama says, he describes all the difficulties in the jungle. He says, this vanam is always dukkataro manam. It is always very, very difficult to stay in the forest. There will be all these lions and tigers and elephants and snakes and lizards and serpents coming from multiple directions. One side there is thunder, one side there is lightning, there is only cold water, no geyser. Extremely hot geysers or cold geysers, that's all. There is nothing which is in moderation. You might not get food at all most of the times. And you need to be practicing austerity. This is all very difficult for you, Sita. It's not required that you should be subject to all these sufferings. Then for that also Sita Devi says, but I am here to share your sufferings. How can you say that? Now all these things what you are saying, very beautiful spin to that. I am seeing all these things as adventures. Okay, whatever you are calling, along with you, if I am coming, I will see, like a beautiful safari in Banarghata National Park, I will come along with you. Whichever forest you are taking to, let us do that forest safari. And we will enjoy. We will enjoy all those waterfalls, we will enjoy all those rivers, we will enjoy all those fruits, flowers, the flora and fauna, different birds. So she is seeing all the right side of things. And Rama doesn't have an answer. Okay, empathy is very strong. Okay, after some point of time, you will have to yield. So therefore, Rama says, yes, I was also trying to, and some of these we will see later, how Rama is practicing the same principles what Sita has practiced here. Okay, again and again, she is convincing Rama, and Rama says, yes, we will go together. Where else do we see Rama as the listener? We see in multiple spaces Rama the listener. Again, in the case of Aranyakanda, we are seeing how the conversation between Sita Devi and Rama happens, how patiently he is listening on the concerns of Sita Devi. He is respecting Sita Devi's points of view. Okay, one of the key points in empathy is also actively listen, and like I said, it is to take them along. Okay, unless you know what is the point of difference, you will never be able to come to a consensus. Okay, consensus. In fact, even in Mantralochana, Ravana is talking about everybody having different points of view, but converging and coming to a consensus, one of the best Mantralochana. Okay, it is the best even in corporate boardrooms, etc. When leaders are meeting, when the senior directors are meeting, they should have different points of view. In fact, one of my managers used to say, you are being paid for your different point of view. If everybody is just saying, Ama Sami, Ama Kumbude, then why are you even being paid? Okay, you need to have different points of view, but discuss, debate, come to a consensus, because finally we have to show one face. Okay, that is very, very important. So therefore, here in Aranyakanda, Sita Devi talks about this could be a potential issue. Okay, Rakshasas, why should we get into a fight with Rakshasas? You never lie, you are not going to look at another woman in a malicious manner, but this going to quarrel with somebody unnecessarily seems to be a problem. How can we address that? Hearing all those things, now Rama is putting forth his points of view. He says, Ahimsa Paramo Dharmaha is Sita Devi's words. He says, same Ahimsa Paramo Dharmaha, but to protect that Ahimsa, people who are in Ahimsa, all the rishis, they have to be protected, and they are supposed to be never ever uttering Artha Shabdas. But here they are, unfortunately, they are suffering. Look at the big mountains of the skeletons of rishis. If that is the problem here, as a Kshatriya, what is my dharma? I am supposed to protect them. And this is supposed to be done by myself proactively. Here in this case, they have already asked us, shouldn't we protect them? Is it not our dharma to protect all these seers from further destruction? Therefore, Sita, I understand your point of view. But it is important, more than your life, Lakshmana's life, my life. It is important to guard the rishis' lives because they are universal well-wishers. They are suhruts for the entire world, and they need to be protected. And we will do that. We are capable. Even for a person who is not capable, if the protection dharma has to come. For example, Jatayu, Sita Devi is saying, Jatayu, you will not be able to protect me. You are weak, whereas Ravana is strong, he is with weapons, he is young, he is cheerful, etc. And he is armed. Whereas you are old, you don't have arms, you will get tired. Despite all those things, if Jatayu is coming to protect Abala, like Sita Devi, then imagine what should Rama be thinking. Rama, the foremost warrior prince, when rishis are coming and asking for protection, for refuge, how will he not be giving abhaya for these rishis? So very beautifully he is explaining this overall aspect and then taking Sita along, and they are all aligned. So this is another area where active listening happens. Even with Shabari, we see how beautifully their conversation is dawning and how he listens to Shabari's words. And finally, when Shabari says, I will give up this body and go to my Guru's places, Rama says yes. So therefore, Shabari Moksha, Sakshi Bhuta, he is very, very beautifully witnessing the moksha of Shabari. One of the best examples in Ayodhya Kanda on same Tatsukha Sukhitvam, we see the reverse aspects. Dirgha kalo shitaha tasmin girau girivana priyaha vaidehya priyamakangshan swancha chittam vilobayan swancha chittam vilobayan. Here we see whatever aspects was told by Sita Devi to Rama, here Rama is exhibiting. Here Valmiki says, Vaidekya Priyama Kankshan, such a great Devi, she gave up all her bandhus, all her riches, all the Sukha Bhogas in Ayodhya, and she wanted to be with me, like me here. Okay, that is empathy. If one person, imagine two people are there. I mean, we also see the pictures and most of even the Ramayana drama. We see Sita Devi is also not clad with all riches, etc. Once in a while, maybe she is decking. But every time she also is looking at Rama. Rama is always with Marauri and the tree barks and matted hair. It is not that Sita Devi is always with some riches, dazzling like a princess. Okay, she will also be wanting to look like Rama, like Sita. Okay, so therefore, here Rama feels Sita Devi has given up all her pleasures for my sake. Therefore, what is pleasurable to Sita Devi? Vaidehya priyam akankshanт swancha chittam vilobayan. In all those aspects, whatever is giving pleasure to Sita Devi, he is immersing himself. Okay, he might have some distress at some point of time. That's why he is saying, na suhrudbe vinabhavaha. All these aspects of separation from my suhruds or na rajyat brahmshanam badre na suhrudbe vinabhavaha manome bhade drishtva ramaniyam girim. Along with you seeing these beauties of nature, it is getting me rid of all the kleshas, the manak kleshas, what I have of coming out from the Rajya to this exile or giving up on my well-wishers, all those distress are gone. Why? Because of Sita Devi being here. And whatever Sita Devi feels good, Rama is getting into those. That's why the next sloka itself we are seeing, no, how Saki Vacha Vigahasva, Site Mandagini Nadim, Kamalanyav Majjanti, Prakrani Chabamini. He is looking at that gushing Mandagini. And he is telling Sita, oh Sita, don't feel you don't have friends. Look at this Mandakini. This is your friend. Okay, he is a matchless friend for Sita Devi. We know how they both play the love sports. But he is saying you also have more friends. Okay, this Mandakini is your friend. Okay, and we see evidences of this later also when Rama is suffering. In Krishnaganda, he talks about how Sita Devi is acting like a Sarasa bird, how Sita Devi is sounding like a swan, how she is performing the gait of a swan. All those things has happened. That's why he is recollecting all those memories. Okay, they used to be one with the nature. And they used to be enjoying nature like anything. So here we can see that you enjoy with this Mandagini, you play, you go inside, like how the lotuses are submerged and they come out. You also go and submerge and come out. You give competition to the lotuses, the red lotus and white lotus. Sita is also lotus. That is how Rama is looking at it, and both of them, they enjoy. This is empathy. He is enjoying totally with Sita Devi. And one of the other aspects of empathy, what I also read about is, it is not so distant. It is close and it is at that moment. Okay, here we are seeing you are totally in that moment. Active listening, one of the other part is, you are not lost in your old world. Okay, you are right now here. Like all of you are paying attention to this session. Likewise, you are there in the moment. You are with them totally. Okay, that is where that active listening happens. That is where empathy is demonstrated. And after that, people will feel, yes, I am also with you. Like when Rama is embracing Hanuman, how both of them feel that they belong to the other person. Likewise, here Rama and Sita, they both feel that they belong to each other. Such a very beautiful space of Tatsuka Sukhitva, what we see here. Then where else is he a great listener? We can see the great listening aspect of Rama when he meets Sugriva. And that we had seen our Guruji narrating the entire story for Sargas together. Sugriva is talking about the Vritantas of Mayavi, of Dundubi, etc., of Vali. Rama is listening. Okay, because he can already feel the suffering of Sugriva. Okay, and for both of them, the feelings are very similar. He has lost his wife, Sugriva has lost his wife. He is able to appreciate totally, he is able to feel Sugriva's sufferings. So he is listening completely about Sugriva, not just understanding his sufferings, but also next going to the solution mode. He is boosting Sugriva, Sugriva is boosting Rama. When all those ornaments are given to Rama, Rama is shedding tears of distress. Sugriva is saying, don't worry. Immediately Sugriva says, wherever it is to Rasatala or to Indraloka or to Chandraloka, wherever, I will go and punish that person. And definitely that person is a bad person. That's what Sugriva says, and I will do that for you. So you don't worry. This is how the Paraspara caring and sharing of all their emotions happens. So there we see Rama as a beautiful, great listener. Likewise, even when Sugriva is talking about each of those army forces, he is listening. Sundarakanda, Rama is towards the end. In fact, that particular sarga also, Anna has named it as suffering her suffering. Okay, when the Chudamani comes back to Rama, he is hugging the Chudamani and he is showering his tears of bliss, as if Sita Devi, the same expression, what Sita Devi is expressing when she receives the Anguliyaka, the ring, how she is shedding tears of bliss and completely wetting that ring with her tears of bliss and feeling that Rama himself has come and embracing Sita Devi. That same thing this is what in Kikshinanda we see, right? Their bhavas are same. Mamapi bhava Sitayam sarvata viniveshitaha. Both of them are not different. They are one soul in two different bodies. That's what we are seeing. Ramaha and Rama, both are the same. Is a female Rama, is a male Sita. That is how we are seeing both of them. So the expression, what Ranganji says in that particular chapter is suffering her sufferings. Rama immediately hears what Hanuman is talking about Sita Devi's sufferings. He feels that, he says, we'll have to go now. Sita Devi might say she can wait for a month. We cannot wait for even one more minute. We need to go immediately right now. Hanuman as an active listener. This is what we saw in great detail in the last couple of sessions. Hanuman's empathy doesn't mean you should quickly jump into action. That is why they put this active listening as an important aspect. After you understand what it is, then you get into a solutioning mode, etc. Some of us are very restless. Even sometimes I do it. When somebody is talking, we immediately jump into solutions. The solution for that might be only listening. You don't need to do anything. Just by listening, the other person will say, oh, as I have been speaking to you, I think the solutions have dawned. Thank you for listening. Okay, they will thank you. There's one advertisement you would see in the TV now. I think it is for 5-star or something like that. Somebody will be searching for something and then the solution will happen. Somebody will be eating 5-star nearby and this person will say, thank you. He said, but I didn't do anything. He said, for that only, thank you. Okay, so doing nothing and enjoy 5-star. That's how the ad will go. But one of the things we realize from this is sometimes a person approaches another person just to vent their feelings. Okay, their active listening will be just to listen. You don't even need to give them suggestions. They'll figure out. Okay, because with empathy, we also need to talk about empowerment. Sometimes what happens is, we will feel okay because they are suffering or they are in need. We will get into their territory and we will do everything and we will say, see, I have made you win. That's not what they want. The empowerment will happen when we let the other person do their work. Okay, like for example, Rama, he understands Sugriva very well. Sugriva says, this is your army, so you command. Rama says, no, this is your army. You know what is our duty. You please command the army. Okay, Rama never exhibits anywhere that he wants to take away the responsibility of somebody else. This is important. Empowerment sometimes can be taken. Empowerment sometimes has to be given very, very clearly, and you are not supposed to overpower. Okay, wherever it is, even in terms of the geographies, he is not annexing, but even in responsibilities. If Rama wants Sita Devi to state something, he will let Sita Devi do that. Okay, he will not say, no, I will only speak for Sita Devi, I will only speak for Lakshmana also, I will only speak for somebody else. This aspect of Rama as an active listener is amazing. I think there is lessons for each one of us from the way how Sita and Rama listens and lets the other person continue their work. Okay, this is an important aspect. We actively listen. We don't just like that decide for them. Sometimes just by listening itself, the person themselves will figure out solutions. Because that's what they have been. They want one pair of good ears. Okay, that's why I started saying sometimes loneliness can be very, very bad. People get into depression because they feel apart from mobile, they don't have anything to speak to. They don't have a human companion, and that can be very distressing. We saw in one of those sessions how, say, a Veer Savarkar would have felt. I mean, that's where he started writing, etc. Something you'll have to express. Otherwise, how will you spend so much of time? Okay, you need company. You are supposed to be social. It's an important aspect of humans. So therefore, here in this aspect of Hanuman, how he is listening actively. Okay, he doesn't even jump into action. Okay, when we said you don't need to necessarily jump into action, all the spaces what Hanuman is listening, there are times when he would have felt very frustrated. Who are these guys torturing the Sita Devi? Let me jump and smash all these Rakshasis. He is telling later, wouldn't he have felt it earlier? He could have felt it earlier. But how is he channelizing? He is waiting. He is waiting for the right moment, because that is important for us to get into counseling. He feels the most important aspect. In Hanumat Chintanam, we are seeing that, right? After the Shubha Nimittani, the first aspect is that, where he thinks, should I fight with these people? If I jump here, Rakshasis will get startled. They will come and attack. They will go and get Rakshasas and attack. I will fight. I can destroy everybody. But is that okay? If that happens, maybe they will hide Sita Devi somewhere else. They might kill Sita Devi. Okay, you can only predict what your actions will be in that particular circumstance. It is very difficult to predict what others' actions might be. Okay, so therefore it is important to actively listen. And in empathy, another important aspect is not just listening. You play out scenarios thinking that you are that person. If Hanuman is thinking, okay, I am Sita. Okay, last time we taught the two Hanuman's story, right? Likewise, Hanuman is thinking, if I am Sita, how would I respond? How would I react? Response is going to be very difficult. If I am Sita, how will I react? Suddenly you see a Vanara. Okay, the Vanara is jumping. And then what will Sita Devi do? Obviously she will shout. And if I am speaking in Prakrit, what will happen? Wouldn't she think that I am Ravana? These steps have already been played out by Hanuman. Okay, the beautiful aspect of great leaders, people who are empathizers. Even Rama, I mean, in our office also we used to say a couple of people, I think we are playing to their scenarios anyway. Some of those great leaders would have played all these scenarios and they would have come with those answers. And now actually we are playing to the scenarios and they will have answers. We can see that from their responses. Okay, sometimes when you ask tough questions, you will see their body language, you will know, oh, you have anyway asked a tough question, that person matinda. That is how we will feel, right? But some of them will be very, very calm and they will be very confident about their answers. What does it mean? One of the other aspects of empathy is you play out scenarios. Okay, Rama will be thinking, okay, what will Sugriva be thinking? Okay, when Rama is actually sending Lakshmana also, initially he is emotional. Then later when Lakshmana is being sent, Rama tells Lakshmana, because he knows what Sugriva's status is. He calms Lakshmana. He says, Sugriva is the king. So you please act in a very soft manner. You just nudge him. Don't push him. So all those things he is telling and sending him. Likewise, Hanuman here is playing all his scenarios. Okay, this is an aspect which emerges after his active listening. And once that is there, it becomes easy. Then he gets into counseling, then he is able to instill a lot of confidence. At the end of it, Sita Devi feels yes. And she requests at the end of it saying, you stay for some more time. I feel great joy when you are here. Like how a river's bank is eroded by water, you are able to charm anybody. You are captivating the heart. This is very similar to what Rama feels about Hanuman in Kishkindha-kanda. That is what even here Sita feels about Hanuman. Therefore she says, you stay here for some time, I will feel very good. Okay, that is the power when we are expressing this kind of empathy. Finally, at the end of it, that person should feel boosted. Okay, the next aspect where we are seeing this is the second sarga of Yuddha-kanda, where Sugriva is boosting Rama. Okay, that's where his empathy, he is playing out scenarios. He knows Rama is feeling down, therefore I am supposed to express certain things. And after that, immediately Rama feels, yes, what Sugriva is saying is right. I think we need to act. I can somehow cross this ocean. No need to worry. And then after that, we can take the next steps. And then after that, he commands his army. Now comes one of the most beautiful aspect of this empathy. Like we started off saying, people can have, it need not be only during suffering, it need not be only during joys, etc. Empathy is also thinking on behalf of the others. That's what we started off, right? I mean, you walk in their shoes, etc. One of the aspect we see is, can this also happen with the environment? Okay, I'm slightly deviating from Ramayana. Again, I'll come back and close with some of the Ramayana aspects here. Okay, when I was reading Shruti Mantra Mala, I was talking about an earth mantra. Okay, can you all chant the earth mantra? Namo Matre Prithivya together. Namo Matre Prithivya Maham Mataram Prithivigum Higum Sisham Mamam Mata Prithvi Higum Sit. What are we trying to say here? Salutations to the Mother Earth. Let me not harm the earth and let the earth not harm me. Such a beautiful mantra. For empathy, we need to treat the other person like how we want to treat ourselves. Simple. That translates into suffering their sufferings and enjoying their joys. Why? Because for us, this Sukha Prapti and Dukkha Nivritti is more important. We expect that to be with the other person also. That is exactly what we want. When we are showing empathy, that person's Sukha should increase, that person's Dukkha should be reduced, and that is sheer empathy. So can this empathy be shared with the earth? Of course it can be shared. Okay, before this we have seen for the humans also. Mitrasya Chakshusha is completely about that. How I am seeing everybody with the eye of love, how I expect everybody to see me with the eye of love, and may everybody see everybody else with the eye of love. Okay, very simply, this is all Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. We all belong to the same family. Like we always say, our motto, Yatra Vishwambhavati Ekanidam. Rama built a nest where the entire world can live. Okay, and like we saw, in family, would we ever allow anybody to suffer individually? Will we allow anybody to even enjoy individually? Okay, both sides. We will never allow anybody to suffer individually, pakka. Even enjoyment, if somebody is laughing, if somebody is very, very happy, that also is infectious. We will not be looking at them, and I mean, we are all not mantra. Come on, we all know that, right? We are not going to be sadist looking at somebody enjoying. We'll all go and say, oh, you are seeming very happy. What is happening? Please share. I will also feel happy. That is how we want to be. So pure empathy generally dawns in families. So therefore, this aspect of seeing everybody as an extension of ourselves, as an extension of one soul in different forms, one Atman in different forms, that becomes I think the primitive element of this is in the family. Like this we can connect to that Piteva Paritushyati, right? Why people are saying like a father he is enjoying? Because they feel in a family is where these things are expressed very clearly. Everybody feels I am part. For a mother, very clearly, biologically also, the mother feels all the more her part of the part of the children is her own parts. That is how she sees. The children are theirs. That's why the mother's protection is seen as a very, very important aspect. So in a family, whatever is exhibited, how can this start expanding everywhere? And in this mantra, very beautifully, we is seeing this reciprocation of this love, not just for humans, but also for the earth. I will take care of the earth. Okay, not causing harm, cherishing the earth. Both we can put there. So how I will cherish the earth and how the earth will cherish us. Okay, it is a very reciprocal. What our Guru Ranganji used to say, it is all symbiotic relationships. Okay, each one, we are all in a state of interdependence. Okay, we might feel we are independent. Okay, even I was very surprised to hear in our safety organization, the highest level of safety is called interdependent. It's not independent. Okay, everybody should be interdependent. That is where I think we boost each other. Whenever there is some aspects of issues, etc., both one will help the other person and both will go to the next level very, very beautifully. Okay, so this is an important aspect. I felt in our mantras how this aspect of empathy. Therefore, can we be empathetic towards the world? Can we be empathetic towards our mother nature? Okay, wherever we see, and it reflects. You go to a fall season in any of the countries, we are not so exposed to that. During that fall season, you will see all the trees matabaram. Okay, no leaves on any of the trees. You will also feel very sad. Okay, I had experienced this when I was in UK exactly in November. For the first time, I am also staying long time away from family. And everywhere you see, there is no leaves. There is no colors. Before that, autumn, fantastic, all different colors. Even the leaves are in different colors. Beauty to the highest. After that, completely everything is shed. Okay, and very difficult. I mean, that point of time, I was not so mature. Vita moha iva atmavan types and all, I can't be there. Okay, so completely you feel the distress. Oh, what is happening? The entire space here is deep distress, and then you are wanting so much to come back. So sometimes you see nature when it is. That's why we are seeing all these similes, right? The scorched earth. Okay, when suddenly there is rainfall, how the seed is coming out, how the first leaves are coming out, that is a great joy. Okay, and that joy is what Sita Devi is feeling. After all these days of distress, suddenly she is blossoming, she is very happy, and she is very content, not knowing where this happiness is coming from. So therefore, can we feel empathetic towards our environment? And this is something which is beautifully again expressed in Ramayana, where in different places, the ecological people see these omens, how the birds are sounding, some birds are shouting for our victory. People, Rama and Lakshmana, read these signs, and they are also in complete balance with the natural elements. Now coming back to the last aspect, what I wanted to share from Ramayana is during Vibhishana Sharanagati. Okay, like we saw, empathy is also to take everybody along with us, to respect different points of view, to actively listen, and to make sure that we are not stamping only our authority. Okay, so here in this case, when Vibhishana is coming, Sugriva has a very strong point of view. And Sugriva states his point of view also, saying, he gives a long list saying, this is how you cannot trust this Vibhishana. He is given up as a brother, he is coming from the enemy camp, he is coming at a very bad time, etc. And therefore, he also ends saying, we should kill him. Okay, all these things Rama is very, very patiently, actively listening. He understands the heart of Sugriva. After that, you see all the places where Sugriva speaks, Rama will boost Sugriva first. He says, nobody can speak like Sugriva in this particular aspect. The Rajaniti, what he came from, is beautiful. Then he opens it out to his court. Mainda, Sharaba, Jambavan, and Angada, they speak. Then Hanuman is speaking for Vibhishana. And very beautifully, Hanuman also is an active listener. Imagine, Hanuman could have spoken first, no? Why he didn't speak first? Okay. This itself, if you think about it, when the Vanaras were supposed to cross the ocean also, Hanuman didn't put his hand up first. Okay. He saw his humility. He was sitting on the side, Jambavan went, he also motivated him, then after that he crossed the ocean. Here also, it is surprising why these patterns repeat. Okay, these are built over a period of time. We see leaders, very few are born leaders. We'll say born leaders, etc. and all, but born leaders are also nurtured over a period of time. Their practices, their austerity, their tapas, they roast and toast themselves. It cannot happen without all these things. Okay, over a period of time, listening is not easy. We can say here listening. We should be on the other side also. 1 hour, how intently, actively we are listening. It is a skill which we perfect over years. Okay, from these kids, they will become the kids like there over a period of time. It's not easy, correct? So likewise here, why is Hanuman not speaking first? Hanuman is also listening. Then at some point of time, he also knows, yes, the people, the revered people like Jamban, Angada, Sugriva, they have all spoken. Then he is adding his points of view. He knows it is a counterpoint of view. Very beautifully articulates. After that is when Rama speaks. And Rama also very beautifully says, I also have a point. Okay, and very beautifully in small sutras he is giving, Mitra Bhavena Sampraptam, Natyajayam Katanchana. He says, I will not give up somebody who comes with Mitra Bhava. And in this case, Vibhishana has come with Mitra Bhava. And we have enjoyed Ranganji's lectures on this. We should go back again and again to understand the nuances. Every time newer and newer dimensions will open up in the lecture, in our minds, etc. The more and more we listen. And after that, again Sugriva speaks. Okay, it is not that immediately Rama is closing the topic. Mitrabhavena Sampraptam is the first sloka. Then Sugriva speaks. Again Rama says, very beautifully is articulated how it works. Without reading the Rajanidhi Shastras, one cannot speak like this. Then again there is the rebuttal. Then again Sugriva speaks. Like this happens for 3 or 4 times. Then after that, finally Rama says, this is my vrata. And this is what? After that, because he gives a long logical explanation with the story, etc. And then he says, this is my nature. So therefore, this is something to be done. Sakradeva prapannaya tavasmiti chayachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyaha dadham yetat vratam mama. He says, this is my nature. Therefore, this has to happen. But all this is for what? This is the beauty of this Mantralavachana also, right? This empathy is also, Rama has played himself in the aspects of Sugriva. And last time when Vibhishana Sharanagati, when we heard from our Guru Ranganji, he beautifully articulates why this has happened. To appreciate the different point of view and to take Sugriva along is an essential ingredient of the success of Rama's mission. If it is not happening, Sugriva, even if Rama tells Sugriva, no, you accept Vibhishana, Sugriva would tell, okay. But later Sugriva would have his own premonitions about what Vibhishana could do. They can ill-treat Vibhishana. Sugriva will feel bad because he is the commander, he is the king of Vanaras. He will be thinking, Rama overruled me. What will the Vanaras be feeling? Will Vibhishana be happy? Will Vibhishana be poked during different such situations? He might be told again and again that you came from the enemy camp. They could insult Vibhishana in different forms. Vibhishana can get really upset because of all those things. So all these things are scenarios which can pan out if Sugriva is not won over. Okay. So there, this aspect of active listening and this aspect of empathy. Okay. To be Sugriva, to understand his mind and to articulate it in his own mind, but let Sugriva express it. Okay, in the first aspect itself, Rama could have said, because we know Rama is fantastic in terms of Uttarattara Yuktavacha Vakta Vachaspati Vyata. So it's not difficult for Rama to predict what would be the line of the questioning or the views, the thought process of Sugriva. He could have said after the first loka itself, now Sugriva might say this, therefore this is my answer. Now Sugriva could say this, therefore this could be an answer. But that is not his point. Okay, his empathy and empowerment is of the highest order. He is letting Sugriva do his job, which is why towards the end, Sugriva says, I also feel Vibhishana is very good and perfect, but all these people know if they are coming from enemy's camp, we should approach them with suspicion. The person who suspected even Rama, you think he is going to be okay with Vibhishana to be coming without any test. So obviously, if Rama was tested with 1 round of interview, this Vibhishana will be tested with 5 rounds of interview. 1 coding challenge, 1 group discussion, 1 case analysis, everything has to happen. If you see, interestingly, everything is happening. I mean, the interview is happening post this. I mean, they have decided they will accept it, but still Rama also asks, maybe instead of Sugriva, Rama is asking Vibhishana, you tell what is the bala of Rakshasas. Okay, maybe he read Sugriva's mind and asked that also. Before that, case analysis also happened, group discussion also happened. Okay, everything has happened. So multiple rounds obviously will happen for including this Vibhishana, but very beautifully he is conducting this entire active listening exercise. It becomes a great case study for all of us. And interestingly, borrowing our Guruji's words on how same Vibhishana Sharanagati aspect is what he had used for this. Coincidentally, today is also Kodarai Vellum Sir Govinda. And Kudar is not just about winning over enemies, is what Guru Ranganji says during this aspect of Vibhishana Sharanagati. It is also about how you bring together people who are having different points of view. Okay, here the different point of view obviously was with Sugriva and rest of the Vanara army, and very beautifully he is getting them all towards his side. So therefore, Kudarai Vellum Sir Govinda. And interestingly, in Veda My Passion, today's words were about Govinda. It was about Indra breaking the clouds and the rocks to get all the cows out. And that's also another topic which is coming here. It's also to break the barriers in the minds of all these Vanaras, including Sugriva, with the thunder-like willpower of Rama, his sankalpa, his iyal, the great aspect of Anushamsya, that Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyaha is the thunder force with which he is breaking all the barriers of all these Vanaras who have any inkling that Vibhishana is not going to be loyal, he is not going to be truthful, he is not going to be dharmic. By breaking that, the beautiful dharmic, the lotus of Vibhishana blossomed. And we have maybe very few of the Sannadhis who has a Vibhishana in our Sannadhi, right? And he is here and we are talking about glories of Vibhishana till now. And this Kudarai Vellum Sir Govinda, after that if we see the Pasuram also, once we sing the glory of that Lord, okay, here in this aspect Rama, after that people are celebrating. Suragame, Tolvaliye, Tode, Savipuve, Padagame, Endrane, Palganum Yamanivom, Arayudupom. Can you see all these things happens for all the Vanaras? Okay, all these people who were won over by Rama, they accepted Vibhishana wholesomely. After the end of the war, Vibhishana comes and submits his kingdom and he says, "Oh Rama, what do you want?" He says, "Give all these Vanaras, all these beautiful ornaments, all these beautiful garments and give them feast, etc." All those things this Vanara army is enjoying like anything. Okay, Rama is not taking any of those. Okay, Rama has always been a witness. Okay, he is a listener, he is a witness. He empowers people. You took the decision finally. He makes Sugriva feel that he took the decision of taking Vibhishana. Okay, that is the beauty of the empathy will empower somebody. Okay, that is the beauty in this aspect of Rama. Not just here. Okay, once they go to Ayodhya also after the Pattabhisheka, again the same thing. Everybody is enjoying, there are multiple ornaments, garments which are being given to all these Vanara heroes and they are all enjoying feasting there in Ayodhya and they are all going back to their Swastiti, their place which is Kishkinda and ruling that with a lot of joy. That is what we see here, Kuri irundu Kulindelor Embavai. That is how it ends. And all these people, they are all coming to Ayodhya, even though it was Chitra Masa. I think it would have been hot summer, but everybody would have still been there, Kuri irundu Kulindelor Embavai. Like how we are enjoying Margari here, they would have enjoyed the beautiful aspect of Rama Pattabhisheka. This is what we see. So the aspect, just summarizing the bottom line here, empathy is to feel with somebody, not just feel for somebody. It is to feel with somebody. It is to be active in terms of listening for all of us, with our friends, with our family, with our brothers, with our social circle, with our country, with our environment. Can we feel along with them? If something is going right, we enjoy that. If something is going wrong, we just don't have a distant view that something is wrong. We also actively participate in getting and making it better. So that for everybody, the legacy is to make the next generation inherit a better world than what we live in. This aspect of Gato Margon Gamyate, which Rama says, fantastic forefathers, and we are all enjoying the fruits of their good doings. Likewise, we should all feel this beautiful world we are enjoying. Can our next generations enjoy a more beautiful world than what we are witnessing? That is the aspect of this empathy, active listening, and contribution to the entire environment. We will continue with the story from the next class onwards. Janaki Kanta Smaranam, Jai Jai Rama Rama, Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.
ரகுபதி ராகவ பாடலாம். நான் இதில் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கேன் மம்மிக்கு ஆஷ்மா குரூப்பில். ஸோ அப்படியே ஆளுக்கு ஒரு ஸ்டான்ஸாக பாடலாம். ராமராம ஜெயராஜாவை மட்டும் எல்லாரும் செய்யணும். சரியா? எல்லாரும் அனுப்பிச்சு யார் பாடலும் ஒரு ரகுபதி ராகவ ராஜா पावन सीताराम रघुपति पतित पावन सीताराम राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय
राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम
राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
अयोध्या नायक राजा राम कामद नायक सीताराम राम
राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
अवध बिहारी राजा राम चित्रकूटपति सीताराम
राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
कनक भवन में राजा राम चित्रकूट में सीताराम
राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
जन्मभूमि में राजा राम तपोभूमि में सीताराम
राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
सरयू तट पर राजा राम मंदाकिनी तट सीताराम
राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
दशरथ नंदन राजा राम भरत के प्यारे सीताराम
राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
कौसल्या वत्सल राजा राम अनसूया वत्सल सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम जन सेवित राजा राम ऋषिगण सेवित सीताराम
राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
हाथी घोड़े के राजा राम रंजित सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
रत्न महल में राजा राम, विटपिनि कुंजे सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
सिंहासन स्थित राजा राम, पेड़ के नीचे सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम
जय
सीताराम।
अभ्युदय स्थित राजा राम, निःश्रेयसस्कर सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
नृपछत्रावृत राजा राम, तरुच्छायावृत सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम,
वसिष्ठवत्सल राजा राम, अत्रि सुरंजित सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
हैम पर्यंके राजा राम, पुष्पास्तरणे सीताराम। राम
राम जय राजा राम, राम जय सीताराम।
शत्रुनिरंसित राजा राम, कोकिल कूजित सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
मणि मंदिर में राजा राम, पर्णकुटीरे सीताराम।
राजा राजवर राजा राम, योगी राजवृत सीताराम।
राम राम जय
राम 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 जय सीताराम। प्राण विशोधन राजा राम, हृदय कमल सीताराम।
राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। चिन्मुद्राङ्कित राजाराम चिन्मुद्राङ्कित सीताराम राम राम जय
वीररसायनं राजाराम शान्तरसायनं सीताराम
मंत्रवंदित राजा राम निषाद नंदित सीताराम सीतापते नामन सुना सीतापते नामन सुना सीतापते नामन सुना सीतांतमणि युन्नानुरा सीतापते नाम सीतापते वादात्मजा तुला चिंतने वादात्मजा तुला चिंतने वादात्मजा तुला चिंतने वादात्मजा तुला चिंतने సిద్ధాంతమని యున్నానురా సీతాపతే ప్రేమ చూచి నాపై పెద్ద మనసు చేసి ప్రేమ చూచి నాపై పెద్ద మనసు చేసి ప్రేమ చూచి నాపై పెద్ద మనసు చేసి నీ మహిమలెల్ల నిందారు చూపి ప్రేమ చూచి నాపై పెద్ద మనసు చేసి నీ మహిమలెల్ల నిందారు చూపి ఈ మహిని భయ మేతి కన్న మాట ఈ మహిని భయ మేతి కన్న మాట ఈ మహిని భయ మేటి కన్న మాట ఈ మహిని భయ మేటి కన్న మాట రామచంద్ర త్యాగ రాజ వినుత రామచంద్ర త్యాగ రాజ వినుత సీతాపతే నామనసునా సిద్ధాంతమని యున్నానురా సీతాపతే రామ
वाचा संगति राम एक जीवाचा संगति राम एक தாசர்களின் செல்வன் ராம சீதாபதி தாசர்களின் செல்வன் ராம சீதாபதி ஜீவர்களின் புகலிட संपत्ति राम सीतापति दासाची संपत्ति राम सीतापति जीवांचा संगति राम एक जीवांचा संगति एक राम एक माता राम एक पिता राम एक राम एक भ्राता सहोदर राम एक भ्राता सहोदर ராமனேனம் அன்னை ராமனேனம் தந்தை ராமனேனம் அன்னை ராமனேனம் தந்தை ராமனேனம் அண்ணல் சகோதரன் சகோதர வீத்யா வைபவ காஞ்சன சகோதர வீத்யா வைபவ காஞ்சன சர்வகா ஸ்வஜன ராம ஏக ராம ஏக சகோதரன் வீத்யை வைபவ காஞ்சனம் சகோதரன் வீத்யை இந்த ஜனம் யாவும் எங்கள் ராமனே இந்த ஜபம் யாவும் எங்கள் ராமனே ராம ஏக சுவாமி ராமஹா கைவாரி ராம ஏக ராமஹா கைவாரி லாபயா சன்சாரி ராம ஏக ராமனேனம் சுவாமி ராமனே உத்தாரகன் ராமனேனம் சுவாமி ராமனே உத்தாரகன் லாபமும் சம்சாரமும் ராமன் ஒன்றே லாபமும் राम एक ज्ञान राम एक ध्यान राम समाधान राम दासी ராமன் ஒன்றே ஞானம் ராமன் ஒன்றே தியானம் ராமன் ஒன்றே தியானம் ராமனே சமாதானம் இது ராமதாஸ்யம் ராமனே சமாதானம் இது ராமதாஸ்யம் ஸ்ரீராம் ஜெய ராம் ஜெய ஜெய ராம் ஸ்ரீராம் ஜெய ராம் ஜெய ஜெய ராம் श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय 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 राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय 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 राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय 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 राम श्री राम 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 जय जय राम रामने समाधानम இது ராமதாஸ்யம் ராமனே சமாதானம் இது ராமதாஸ்யம் ஸ்ரீ குரு சரண சரோஜரங்க
रघुवर विमलयश दोदायक परदार हेनु तनु जानिके सुमेरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरऊ कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर कपीस देखो लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत वीर विक्रम बजरंगी वरण विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंजित केसा मूंग जने साध मंगल सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महागणपति विद्यावान गुणियति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु दरिद्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की करो बदरे लंग जरावा हे मरो बदरे असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज समारे राम समझे बन लगन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर सिर लाए रघुपति के बहुत बढ़ाए तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई सर्वधन तुम्हारो श्रीपति कंडल गावे सनकादि ब्रह्मांड मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित मनीषा यम कुबेर दिखार अबे कोई गई सके हाथ तुम उपकार सुग्रीव कीन्हा राम विनाय राजपथ केन्हा राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माला लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र योजन पर बाण हेलो दाहि मधुर पदधान प्रभु मुद्रिका तेरी मुख माये जल दिलांग गया अजर कराए तुम द्वार जगत के जय जय तुम्हारा अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेज राम द्वारे तुम्हारा द्वारे बिनु सारे सब सुख हरे लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान के राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान के लोग हरे सब वीरा जब नंदन हनुमत वीरा संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम भजन ज्ञान जो लावे राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके राजा सकल शुभ साजा और मनोरथ झोंके नियमित जीवन पर भावे रो युद्ध प्रताप तुम्हारा हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम तुम्हारे अष्ट से दिन बनिति के दाता सबर देव जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा से दिन बनिति के दाता असबर देव जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दाना राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान के राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान के तुम्हारे भजन राम को गावे जन्म जन्म के दुख विसरावे अंतकाल रघुपति पुर जाए जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त सहाय और देवता चित्रण धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब वीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलवीरा जय 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 हनुमान को सारे जय 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 हनुमान को सारे आखर गुरुदेव के नाय जो सक पाठ पाठ कर कोए जो दये वंदे महासुख होए जोड़े बड़े हनुमान चालीसा बोल से देसा बंधे तुलसीदास सदा हरि तेरा जय नारद जय माडेरा जय नारद जय माडेरा राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान के राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान के जय बोलो हनुमान के
उडाला जाऊली लंका आला बाबा मारुती 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 आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा
बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती
आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती
आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती
आला बाबा मारुती आला रे बाबा मारुती
उडाला जाऊन लंकाला बाबा मारुती
उडाला जाऊन लंका आला बाबा मारुती
उडाला जाऊन लंकाला बाबा मारुती
उडाला जाऊन लंका आला बाबा मारुती
आला बाबा मारुती आला रे 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 बाबा मारुती
उडाला 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 जाऊन लंकाला बाबा मारुती
उडाला
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 जाऊन लंकाला
बाबा मारुती
आला बाबा मारुती आला रे 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 बाबा मारुती
उडाला उडाला जाऊन लंकाला बाबा मारुती
उडाला 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 जाऊन लंका आला बाबा मारुती
उडाला जाऊन लंकाला बाबा मारुती
उडाला जाऊन लंका आला बाबा मारुती
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान राम दूता जय हनुमान राम दूता जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान राम दूता जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान
स्मरणम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की मणिमय रमणीय राजभवने
मल्लिका शोकादि कुसुम बने सीता कल्याण वैभवम् दशविध सुगंधि द्रव्य धूपे जगज्वलित कर्पूर दीपे सीता कल्याण वैभवम् शोभन द्रव्य संपूर्णे बाहुब प्रेमिक जन संगीते सीता कल्याण वैभवम् स्वागतं स्वागतं जानकी रामा स्वागतं स्वागतं सम्पूर्ण कामा उपवीक्षणवय मञ्जे या देवानवपुष्पकुञ्जे बिम्बामि पदयोर्रक्तकं ललितम् मलयज चन्दनं वक्षसि विपुले मङ्गलविग्रहाकलया विमले कस्तूरि तिलकं ते विलिखामि ललाटे कमला रघुवीरा परिशोभित क्रीडे माधवी मल्लिका मधुवत माला तव कंठे धृत्वा कुरुलीला मेलादि संयुक्त उडमीशं क्षीरम् नीलालकरघुनायक विभसुन्दरमधुरम् कर्पूरपरिमळ ताम्बूलं हते सरसं दाशरथे अतिरोह्य सीतया नवरत्नरोला देवीकं गुरुप्रेमलीला स्वागतं स्वागतं जानकी रामा चञ्चल विरोधे मन्दाराहित कुसुमसुगन्धे रघुवीरा सीतया विहरति रघुवीरा सरस संगीत रस परिपूर्णे वसंत विलासित विहरति रघुवीरा सीतया विहरति रघुवीरा रघुवीरा पुष्प विवेकिता बंधु प्रिय रघुवीरा सीता विहरति रघुवीरा जय जय रघुवीर श्रीराजपुत्र जय जय सौमित्री प्रेमिका मात्रा जय जय सुग्रीव दाशेन्द्र मित्रा जय जय कागोदर सच्छाय गात्रा जय जय संपुल्ल रक्ताब्जनेत्रा जय जय पावन स्तोत्रा जय जय वाल्मीकि कृत सच्चरित्रा जय जय पवन तनयाब्ज मित्रा जय जय साकेत राजराजेन्द्रा जय जय सर्वेशा सद्गुणसान्द्रा जय जय प्रेमिका तारक मंत्रा जय जय माही श्रीरामचंद्रा जय जय श्रीमती जनकेशनंदिनी रविकोटि सुंदरी नवकिशोरी सुनयना कुमारी सुरमनोहरी रघुनंदना वर्धन करी नवमल्लिका पुष्प मंडित सुवेणी नवरत्नभूषणे मधुरवाणी कल्याणवेश कमनीय रूपिणी कौसलराज कुमारकामिनी साकेत साम्राज सकल स्वामिनी सरस संगीत रसिक स्वामिनी सरयो नदी तीर उद्यान विहारिणी शरणं भवदेमि प्रेमिक जननी प्रेमलता जगदाधीश जय चारुकेशा जय दुर्यमणिभूष जय राघवेशा लाली जय राजेन्द्र कुमार जगत कबीरा जय सीता मनोहरा नव पुष्पहारा लाली जय श्यामलाकार जय पीताम्बरा जय शत्रु संहार जय मनोहरा लाली जय लावण्य जय जगपुण्या जय प्रेमिकानन्य जय लोकमान्या लाली जानकी मनोहराय जय मङ्गलम् जलजनील सुन्दराय शुभमङ्गलम् जानकी मनोहराय जय मङ्गलम् पुण्डरीकलोचनाय पुण्डरादिभूषणाय चण्डभानुवंशजाय शुभमङ्गलम् जानकी मनोहराय जय मङ्गलम् पापवृन्दमोचनाय जापवर्यभञ्जनाय भूपचक्ररञ्जनाय जय मङ्गलम् जानकी मनोहराय जय मङ्गलम् कामकोपवर्जिताय सोमशेखरार्चिताय प्रेमिकेन्द्रपूजिताय जय मङ्गलम् जानकी मनोहराय जय मङ्गलम् जलजनील सुन्दराय शुभमङ्गलम् जानकी मनोहराय जय मङ्गलम् नगरे श्रीमती मन्दिरे सकल सौभाग्य समृद्धार्थ सिद्धि करे सगुण सरस परिमल कुसुम कल्पित तल्पे सुखम मैथिल भूपतित नयया मनोज्ञ वेशया प्रियया सुखम कारुण्य गर्भित प्रेम विलासा कौसल्या हृदय कमल निवासा सुखम श्री रघुवीरा श्रेष्ठ सुखम मन पुगळ கோசலைதன் மணிவயிறு வாழ்வனே தென்னிலங்கை கோமுனிகள் சிந்து வித்தாய் செம்பொன்சே கண்ணீர் மாமது குடி சூழ் கண்ணபுரத்தின் கருமணியே என்னுடைய இன்னமுதே ராகவனே தாயேலோ என்னுடைய இன்னமுதே ராகவனே தாலேலோ समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु यतः अभ्युदय निःश्रेयस सिद्धिः सधर्मः वेदा प्रमाणं धर्मस्य धर्मो रक्षति रक्षितः रामो विग्रहवान् धर्मः रामोपासनेन धर्मवृद्धिः रामातवास्मि வாழ்க்கையே ராமனாகும் ராமனே வாழ்வமாகும் ராமனே வாழ்வு தன்னில் வாழ்க்கையே ராம் தன்னில் ராமனின் ராஜ்யம்தான் தேவசா ராஜ்யம் காம்